fellow travelers, and welcome back to our Veggies adventure. My name is Cynthia, and today we're gonna do a cook with me. It's the last weekend before my no spend November is over. Let's take the last little bit of everything that's hanging around, get it used up, and get it in our bellies and save some money. I have Cookie Lou's dog food pretty much ready for the week. I need to add some rice to it, but there's the last, look, y'all. Look, it's the last jar of carrots. I'm so excited. This morning I plucked it off the shelf and I was like, you're out of here, you're gone. So here's her little dog food. I'm gonna put it in the food processor. Some bacon grease in here too. I made some bacon this morning before I turned the camera on. We'll get that set for her. I have all the things here to make a broccoli and cheese soup. And then I used a sad zucchini from my fridge and freezer tour in the last video to make these muffins. Look how pretty they came out. They're carrot, zucchini, molasses with raisins and a lot of spices. I'm gonna take this cinnamon and sugar and make a snickerdoodle topping. I think we need to get to work. I'm 7.5 weeks post-hysterectomy now, and I am starting to feel a little bit better. Thankfully, I've gotten a little energy back, and I felt like hopping into the kitchen and making some soup and some muffins. The gluten-free carrot zucchini muffins, I put a ton of molasses in them and made that snickerdoodle topping that Mr. Biggs loves so much. I decided to make a coleslaw while I was in the kitchen too. I have literally made this broccoli and cheese soup recipe 1,000 times. I got this recipe from a cookbook back when I was in high school for a broccoli and cheese soup made with Velveeta cheese. Let's get started. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put broccoli, I'm gonna put 3 bouillon cubes, and I'm gonna put some water in here, probably about 4 cups. Just the tiniest little bit of flour left in this bag from this morning when I made the muffins. A little tiny bit in there, that's it. So my onions are sauteing in butter, and I do use real butter because we like real butter. Move those around a little bit. There's half a stick of butter in there. I'm just gonna toss this in, this little bit of flour. There's probably a tablespoon and a half, maybe 2 tablespoons in there. Maybe. And I'm just gonna stir that around and let it coat on the onions a little bit. This is just boiling away. This is my broccoli with the bouillon cubes and water. And I have made this recipe with milk. I've made it with half and half. I've made it with heavy cream with water added to it. It's very forgiving. Today I have some half and half, a little bit, and I have this can of evaporated milk if I need it, which I probably will, and a half a brick of Velveeta cheese. I'm very excited to use this up out of my pantry. I'm just gonna chop this up real quick and I'll bring you right back. Looking here, we've got a nice toasty color on our onions, and we are gonna throw in the half and half now. Turn this down because our pan is super hot. Add that Velveeta in so it can get nice and creamy. I have these ham scraps from the ham that we got in our grocery haul. So I'm actually gonna add these to the broccoli and cheese soup. I have made it with ham before and it is so good. At this point, our cheese is starting to melt. It's starting to get super thick and creamy looking, and I am very pleased. I don't want it to break or get, that separated look to it. So I'm gonna add my hot, ooh, that is hot. My hot broth. I know you could use chicken broth for this. You could use pretty much any kind of broth you wanted to. I'm just gonna thin that out a little bit. I didn't add all of it quite yet because I am not ready to do that. And I am gonna have to switch over to a bigger pot. It's editing me here, and I wanted to say thank you so much for joining me my first day back in the kitchen after my hysterectomy. I was finally feeling like my old self, turned on the camera, and I just wanted to say thanks for sharing this moment with me. If you've had a hysterectomy, leave me your comments down below, your story, a little bit of it if you're comfortable sharing. I would love to know how you walked through that journey as I come into my second 8 weeks of healing. There. I didn't end up switching to a bigger pot after all. So we're just gonna let this go for a minute and let the cheese continue to melt. Gonna add the ham. You don't have to make it with ham. I've made it with bacon before. I've put potatoes in it with bacon. This soup is very forgiving, and pretty much any little like leftover-y type stuff you can put in there, or you can just leave it a classic broccoli and cheese. It's already looking amazing. I'll give you a close-up shot. All the Velveeta is not quite melted yet, so we're just gonna let this go for a minute, but it is looking so creamy and rich. It came out awesome. The soup was so tasty. Obviously, Velveeta isn't something that we eat every day, but man, this soup is worth it. The zucchini and carrot muffins came out awesome. Mr. Big would never have known that they were full of vegetables. All he needs is the cinnamon sugar topping and he's good to go. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. It was the first day that I actually felt a little bit like my old self, and I really wanted to hop in the kitchen and share it with you. Thank you again, and remember everybody, life is an adventure, so enjoy your journey.